Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, last episode we were working on this area of the ship, this thing here, which is, doing alright. I still have to find the, the proper door thing. I'll look at mods later today. But you may notice that this ship is missing something. First of all, the gate here that we had here I've gotten rid of because I've decided we're going to have a gate here. I know that there's a mod for it. I've just got to install it and find it and things like that. Also, I've moved along these chairs. We still have 6, but basically I moved along the chairs, got rid of the area where the original airlock was, and now I had to move the entire of this structure back here, which does mean that this thing is now shorter. I don't know how much more shorter. It should be about 5 blocks. But yeah, it should now be within our constraints of range, which is excellent. Today, however, we are going to be working on... so I also got rid of the engines as well, because we need to actually work on the chassis a bit more. Today, we're going to be working on the internals stuff that's different from the interior. Internals is things that are inside the ship, such as reactors, gyroscopes, cargo, things like that. Whereas interior is, where people walk around. Yeah, I guess that's how I can describe it. Sure. So I got rid of the engines because we're going to be working on a bit of thing here. So, to begin with, what we are going to do, or rather what we will need, is, if I just go get this and remove some of this, I'm just going to clear out all of this since we don't need it. Number 6, yes, I can clear out number 6 as well. Number 5 can stay at that. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to need is, we are going to need a reactor. We have some choices here. We can have, an azimuth fusion reactor, or you can have an arc reactor, or you can have a regular reactor. Well, if I was going to use a regular, reactor, I may as well use the either azimuth versions for the small one, or the arc version for the larger one. So, need to find out which one I prefer. But anyway, we're going to add both of those because that's a good idea. There we go. All sorted. So yeah, these things should now be bigger. We should actually be able to fit an arc reactor somewhere, but I don't know where it would be because we'd need to add a lot more to that kind of area. I'm possibly going to put the arc reactor inside of one of the nacelles, or have an arc reactor in each nacelle. Might be a bit overpowered though. Though it does mean that we still have the same energy consumption, but we just have more, energy creation, or rather energy production, than we actually need. So after we've got those, we also need gyros so that the ship can actually rotate, noting that everything is still being powered by that small construction ship over there. Right, what else do we need? We've got reactors, we've got gyroscopes. We're also going to need some cargo, because some cargo is not going to go amiss. We can use these oh no, that's a bit too big. We need cargo. So I can't use these. That's correct, right? Right. Here's the thing. Oh, they're still the same size, right. So these cargo containers are massive, yeah? Massive. You can see how massive they are. And that actually gives me an idea. So what we can do for the actual engines of the dropship is have them attached to this cargo container, and have the cargo container on each side, which might work. Or might not work. I don't know why. Hang on. What does these guys use a small connection point, which is not helpful whatsoever. So that's an option. We could also get. Let's see. What could we get? What should we get rather? Let's have a look. So what we could have a smaller cargo. That's cargo. That's not what I'm looking for. We need small, which is this small, and then we've got a medium, which is going to be a bit bigger. Let's go get that one. So we'll just have medium and small cargo containers because the large one is a bit too large. Yeah, we've got those. Good. So we've got cargo, which will contain things like guns for marines, or it will contain some form of cargo that we require. Okay, now The fun thing that we're going to be doing is we need... well, let's try this, shall we? So on this side, we'll have a large cargo container, which will basically be an extension of the ship. However, it will be thinner. I mean, what we could do is we could extend the bottom a bit, or the top. We could increase the top layer by 1, or the bottom layer by 1. I think the bottom layer is going to actually benefit from this, so let's do that. So what we need to do is we need to place this on a lower version, which is going to be here. Yeah. We can move that side to side whenever. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate whatever we've got going on here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to have one of these. So this goes all the way along. Continue, 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 continue. I really need a quick way of doing this. Nanite factories are the best things in the universe, as I have said many times before. So just need to get rid of this guy, and then I need to replace this guy with a inverted corner. Then I need to replace you with this. And then we should be able to just get these guys and continue along. This will actually allow us to change the floor material. Have I got this wrong? Have I? No, good. That allows us to change the floor material for the inside, which is kind of useful. So what we can do is we can go inside and we can change all of the flooring into something much more suitable, such as interior blocks. So what we also need to do is get to this, and then we need to do the same as we did before. Inverted corner block, slope. Right? So that should look a bit better, or even better than before. Let's get you place here, and pretend that we've got everything set up. Okay, now that we've got this, what we can do, since we have a space on either side to work with now, we could either go crawling into it. So if we get, for example, we get these, yeah, so we get a line of regular armor, and then we go and get these 2x1s, and then we do something like this. Because I think I've orientated in which we can access the cargo here, which is good. Yeah? Right. I was just checking to make sure that I was actually doing the thing that I wanted it to do. So what we could do next is we can place... I really need an adapter between large and small that goes into one block. I don't know if there's anything like that. Conveyor... Let's have a look. So we've got we've got these conveyor frames, right? We've got lateral conveyors. We've got L joint. Oh, these are from Sage's mod. No, I don't think we have an adapter. Eesh. That's going to be annoying. But anyway, so I've got this, which looks kind of cool, and then what we can do is we can have engines on the front and the back, and then we can sort out whatever, you know, other engines that we actually need. In fact, what we could do is we could add some engines to the side, because that can work, yes. What we really need, yeah, is we need good main engines, good retrograde engines, and then good downward engines. The rest of them, we don't care, because that's only maneuverability, whereas the ability to stay afloat in the atmosphere and being able to move quickly in space are important. Yeah, right, let's have a look. So I've got this. We could extend that even further and have it go round, and so we can have like a connector here. Though connectors are this big, so no, that won't work. Right, let's have another look. That's a conveyor junction. Right. Still don't go from large to small in like one direction, because that would be useful. Anyway, so what we could do is we could add this. Yeah, we can add this, and then we can get the reactor, which will be on number 6. Reactor, make sure it's floating the right way, like this, or we could do it like this, maybe. Sure, like that, except we want it moved along a bit, like here. Except it's not attached to anything, so we need to rotate it this way. Except that's not attached to anything. Right. I have steel plate, and it doesn't want to place down. Anyway, what we can do is we can go here, and we can get you, flippity-flip, and move this along a bit. Except we need this one to go downwards. And then we can place our reactor. Good. So that will be the reactor done. So we can have the reactor at the front, and then we can do some curving on the side. Though I don't know how I'm going to get that into here. I could like move along the regular hull and reduce the visibility of the cockpit. I may move the cockpit along a bit more. Who knows? Actually, no. Moving it along a bit more would be kind of a waste of time, since I just never mind. We'll figure that out later. Anyway, so I've got this. What we can do is then do the same on this side. Or, no. On this side we can test out whether... So, essentially, we can flip over this way and then see if another design would be better. So what we can do here is we can continue along here. No. I knew I was going to play something wrong. Continue along, and then what we can do is we can start curving, I guess. Do we want to curve? Who knows? Yeah, let's start curving. Curving all the way. Right. Okay, so that's curved all the way along, and then what we can do is we can attach it to here. Okay, that's useful. So what we can do is we can go like this. Just need to check if that wouldn't will keep this thing tight. Yeah, that will work. Okay. And then we can have this go up. No, rotate it, you idiot. Thank you. That's still the wrong way. There we go. Right. So we can have it like this. Flip over so you can see what I'm doing. We can have it like that. Which means that we can actually cover the entire thing. And we could possibly get some thrusters instead of these 2x1s. Which would be interesting. So the next thing that we want is we want a regular line of armor block over here. It does mean that we cut off this, but I'm sure that we can get a connector here instead. So if we go get our connector, which will be under here, number 4, throw our connector here. That will allow us to connect to the system. Noting that it's going to be this rotation. Yes, I see the merit in this. I've decided on number 2, which means I'm going to have to grind these down. Noting that the 2x1x1 slopes are actually harder to break down than regular armor blocks. Oh no, they take the same, I think. No, they're longer. Right. Weld that back up before something else happens. I do not want rubbish in my inventory. Okay, right. Let's get this on the road. I'll sort out some more like smooth effects later. So what we want to do is we want to extend this way. Good. And then I want to flip around. Because I'm rubbish at rotating, everybody knows that. Good. No. I don't scroll. There we go. Placey, placey, place, 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 place. All the day. La 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 la. Press the wrong button. The amount of times I've pressed the wrong button is ridiculous. Anyway, now that we've done that, we can also then flip around again, and do this side. So now this thing can actually be a cargo hauler, which does make some sense. So if we flip it around this way, it looks like a crocodile, actually. We could call this the crocodile if we wanted to. Anyway, now that we've done this, what we can do is we can place these like this, so that it matches. Yeah. You know, because style and everything, you won't connect there because you're being, you know, stubborn. Flippity flippity flip. Place here, and then get regular armor block. So we can continue like that, and then what we can do... no, that's not going to work. Let's do something else. No, this will work, because I'll make it work. Anyway, what we can do is we can start curving this thing in. Maybe? No, we need one more. One more block, and then we can start curving in. So... I'll demonstrate on the top side for you so that you can see what I'm doing, and then I'll do a break in the middle so I can finish it. Right, and then what we can do is we can just have these guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. So it kind of curves in like that. We get everything good. Everything works perfectly. And we could also add, you know, engines into this thing if we wanted to. We could add a forward, you know, armored engine here. We could add another engine here. All sorts of things we can do with that. And then I just need to secure the top section. Noting that we're going to add gyros in here, but just so that you know what I'm doing. We then have a rim. Ooh, yes, this is the point where we want to use the fancy stuff. The fancy stuff that you save for Christmas. Here, yeah, look at it. It's magnificent. And then we just place this guy here, flip him around, and continue. Ta-da! I think this actually improves the design. So instead of having engine nacelles, we can have this that has engines on it. Looking good. And then we might do a different way to do the this section here on the bottom. Yeah, that would work. This works. Which is good, because if it didn't work, then that would be kind of problematic. So what this does is it gives us the connector point, it gives us a reactor, and it gives us cargo. Now we can do the rear, which will contain massive, mahoosive engines of destruction. But I'll be back in a second, so I can open this up again and get everything placed, such as gyroscopes. Okay. There we go. We have our lovely thing back. So what we want to do is we want some blocks here so that we can have gyroscopes placed on them. So we want this to go over to here and then this over to here. Noting that we'll do something else with this side. So this side is, you know, off limits. Actually, we'll place a thing. We'll place a lovely thing here, and that's going to be problematic. That's going to be problematic indeed. Well, we can place a smaller engine, I guess. Yeah, I might move this section of armor along a bit so that I can do that, but anyway. We'll reserve all of this slottage. So up to here, up to this area is off limits. So I'll just fill that in so that we don't have to, you know, mess around with that. Anyway, what we can do now is we can place our gyroscopes. So gyros go everywhere. No, I don't want you there. This may make it very, very, very maneuverable, and that will be completely by accident. Trust me. Because I do not intend to make this, you know, stupidly maneuverable, but it is kind of the place where we can put everything. So that's all the gyros. It's quite a lot of gyros, and I can't place them on the arc reactor either, which would be nice, yeah. But no, because apparently I can't use the free space that's on the interior of all of our lovely blocks. Anyway, so pretend that this is sealed, and we're going to be working on the other side, which will contain actual engines. So if we go over to number 5 and type in thrust, we have some atmospheric thrusters that we can use, and we have hydrogen thrusters if we want some. So if we have this and we go up to here, we have a group of atmospheric thrusters which I need to place radially rather than anything else. I could place some like this. I could have some on the tail, actually. That might work. Yeah, we'll have a look later about how that will actually work, but we'll have some ion engines here just in case. Anyway, so since this is the end of our lovely, you know, engine section, what we're going to do is we're going to start smoothing it down into a more usable format. So what we need... Colonel Ferris playing 7 Days to Die, everybody. You know what he's doing then. Back on topic, back on topic. Stop procrastinating, go back on topic. Anyway. Let's get you so that you start smoothing things down. Maybe a bit drastic, but experimentation is how science works. Experimentation is how science works. You heard it here first. Anyway. That's not going to work, is it? No, it's not going to work. Anyway, we're going to need you. I need this guy. I actually need a better view. A better view would be very nice. Thank you. I will take it as a Christmas gift. Anyway, inverted corner. I summon thee. I choose you. You have been summoned. Good. So that'll work. It's kind of similar to what we've got for the nose cone of a lot of our regular ships, which is very nice. So let's do the same on this end. You and you and you. Except I flipped too far. There we go, and there we go. Number 5, no, number 4, number 5. Flippity flip, and then flip, and rotate. Good. So that will get that into a nice format for what we need. I also need to have a look at the wiki to see what distances I need from engines for small grid, because they're different from large grid for obvious reasons. Anyway, now that we've got that, and then I just need to invert you so that you will do the thing I need you. Good. So now that we've got this lovely area on which we can start adding things, we are going to start adding things. Oh my, who could tell that I would start doing that? Me, obviously. I have no energy. Well, of course I have no energy, I wasn't paying attention. Don't worry, I can just run into here. Wait for my energy to recharge. And we can see from this angle how this will look. Noting that this rear section I may change into just a regular, 45 degrees instead of whatever degrees that is. Someone who has a calculator on hand and can memorize trigonometry without having to think about it, please tell me the answer now. I thank you for the answer. If you have still yet to comment, then please comment. Because I currently don't have a calculator on me, and I was never that good at trigonometry in the first place. Why would I have memorized it? Actually, no. I would have memorized it so that I could memorize it for the exam, but that was a while ago. Anyway, back over to here. What we need is we've got We've got these engines, lovely, lovely engines, which will be our main thrusters. So if we place you here, yeah, how much space will that give for other engines? Not much. That's fine. Flip, 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 place you here. And that means we have 4 large level 2 armor thrusters as our engines. That's pretty nice. What happens if we get rid of you and you, and we place you here? Because that could work as well. Ooh, no. We don't use these, yeah? Because, you know, whilst I like the armor thrusters, we do have new, you know, blocks that we... Oh. I can have that all in my inventory. I did not realise this. What we can do is we can have this, we can weld it up. Now factory can deal with it. I'm going to grind this one down and replace it. I didn't realise that these thrusters fit inside my inventory very easily. Oh, I'm accidentally taking you apart. I didn't mean that. Please don't kill me. Place you here. Place you here. Yeah. Weld you up. Weld you up. I still have stuff in my inventory. Why? I'm not in creative mode, am I? Because that would be stupid. No, if I was in creative mode, then things that I place will automatically be done. And that's not what's happening. But anyway, look, this is going to look much better. Much better. So what we need to do is we need to actually fill this in. Fill it in with fill. Right. Yeah. See, it's now using the new blocks to our disposal. Looks much better. I need, you know, some kind of armor that is like this, because that will make it even better. I want armor texture packs. That's what I want. Armor texture packs that you can apply to each individual ship. No. Basically, I want reskinned versions of every single armor block in the universe, please. That's not too much to ask, is it? Anyway, now that we've got this, yeah. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it right now, because we can have 1, 2 T2 thrusters, yeah, because we've got this reactor in here, it's going to make it difficult, and then we've got 3 here, times that by 2, 6, excellent, we have solved our thruster problem. No, we haven't, no, we haven't. We've solved our space thruster problem, so that means that I will be able to use the ship instantly. I won't be able to use an atmosphere though, that's kind of the thing that I was hoping it would do, but we'll solve that at a later date. So, yeah, just give me a second to finish up with this, and we'll be back in a second. And there you have it. So, I've put armouring on top and the bottom of this area that we were working on before. I've added the thrusters. Didn't have to move anything else, which is quite amazing. We now have our forward thrusters. We have our retrograde thrusters. Everything is awesome. Excellent. So, there are a few things that we still need to add, but I'll add those at a later date, after I've added the other version of this onto the other side. That will also be the date in which we are going to be adding our side thrusters, you know, the maneuvering thrusters, lateral movement. So they'll be up, down, left, right, rather than forward and backward. I might change this so that it is a 45 degrees, so it goes up like this. Because that would make finding mod for the door easier. And it would also reduce our size, which means that we could move this along a bit, which means that we can move these longer, which means that we can add more things inside, which would be very, very nice. But until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.